Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Well, our pesky little friend Gustar is back again. We still have some stuff we need to clean up about the verb gustar, okay? It's a process, right? That's why I told you gustar and gustar type verbs are the verbs that are done most incorrectly of any group of verbs in the Spanish language. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Certainly on the big board, what we have here on the left, 1, 2, 3, and 4, tells 95% of the story. But we have some other things we want to point out, some notes about Gustar, and we want to show you how to use Gustar to say, I like you, and do you like me? We're talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend stuff, not like as a friend. Like as a friend can be querer. We know querer can be to love, like you tell your wife or your husband, te quiero mucho, mi amor, I love you a lot. But you can say about a teacher, lo quiero mucho, I like him a lot. And if somebody you think is not understanding that you're using querer to mean to like and not to love, then you would say, lo quiero mucho de amigo, as a friend, de amigo, not de novio, no de amante, not as a lover. Okay, so here's a little bit more, our pesky little friend, Gustar. First of all, let's review. There are 4 potential steps for saying a Gustar sentence. If you want to say a person's name like Pablo, Maria, Juan, Luisa, you're going to use the a phrase in front of it, a Pablo, like Pablo likes Spanish. A Pablo le gusta el español. If you want to use a word referring to people, the girls like, a las chicas les. If you want to say mom likes, it'd be a mamá le. Dad likes, a papá le. My teacher likes, a mi maestro le, or a mi maestra le. Mr. and Mrs. Hernandez like, a los señores Hernandez les. So if you say the name of a person, the proper noun, the name, or a word that refers to a person, you need the a phrase in front. But this is optional. Certainly with me, te, and nos, you don't need it. Like I like to fly, me gusta volar. We like to read, nos gusta leer. Do you like to eat hamburgers? ¿Te gusta comer hamburguesas? When you say me, te, or nos, there is no confusion. Me, you know the subject is I. Te, it's you. And nos is we. It's when you get down to the lay and the lace, right? The lay could mean him or her or usted. The lace could mean them, all guys, all girls, or a mixed group, or it could mean you guys. So when you use lay or lace, you use the a phrase a lot. But it's not necessary if somebody knows you're talking about a specific group of girls, and then you could say, les gusta bailar, les gusta cantar, because you have already established in your conversation about whom you're speaking. But let's get back here. The a phrase is all important. If you state a name or a word referring to a person or people in front, you need the a phrase. What are the 5 potential a phrases, just like the personal a? A, al, ala, alos, and alas. Remember, al is a combination of a and l, not with the accent, just a and l, al. Mr. Thomas likes music. Al Señor Thomas le gusta la música. All right, that's step 1. Step 2, absolutely required. You need your pronoun. It's either going to be me, te, le, nos, or les. And again, if you're going to use lay or lace, and it's not clear to whom that lay or lace is referring, then use an a phrase in front of it to clarify it. Step number 3 is gustar, right? Gustar. And we know with gustar sentences, we use the singular el ella form or the plural ellos ellas form. And then finally, step 4 is your noun or your infinitive at the end of the sentence. I got a note from a learner of ours in our community, and he was confusing lo with lay. So let's take a look at that. If you just want to say, I like it, literally it is pleasing to me. It becomes the subject and me becomes the object in Spanish. In English, it's just reversed. I like it. But in Spanish, it's me gusta. It pleases me. Remember that when it is a subject of a sentence, there is no translation to Spanish. There is no word for it when it's a subject. Like if I say it's hot, hace calor. You can't say lo hace calor. You want to say it's in the car, está en el carro, right? You can't say lo está en el carro. There is absolutely no word for it when it is the subject. And remember, Gustar's sentences are reversed from English, where the object becomes the subject, right? And the subject becomes the object. Let's say mom likes tomatoes. A mamá le gustan los tomates. If I want to say mom likes them, I would just say a mamá le gustan. You're not going to put ellos in there. A mamá le gustan. They are pleasing to mom. Just like mom likes it, a mamá le gusta. You're not going to use lo with it. A mamá le gusta. Dad does not like it. A papá no le gusta. The girls did not like it. A las muchachas no les gustó. There is no it as a subject in Spanish. Lo is never a subject in Spanish. It's only an object. So let's look at our notes right here. Do not use lo, la, los, or las with gustar. So you're not going to say lo gusta, me lo gusta, te lo gusta, nos lo gusta. Don't use lo with gustar. Now, you could say, I like to see it, me gusta verlo. You could use lo with an infinitive, right? Sure. That's not connected to gustar. That's separate off by itself. But you cannot use lo, la, los, and las with gustar. It's either me gusta or me gustan. It's never me lo gusta or me los or las or la gustan. Me gusta, it is pleasing to me. And the key point again, it as a subject has no translation to Spanish. And when you take your sentence like, I like the music, turn it around in Spanish, the music is pleasing to me, me gusta la música, and see, use the la conjugation for it. So if it is the subject, like I like it, it pleases me, me gusta. That's why we use gusta or gustan, the N factor. You're going to use the singular form of gustar, the la form, or the ellos, ellas if it's plural. So again, our 4 steps. If you're saying who does the liking by stating a name or a word referring to people, you're going to use the a phrase. It could be a, al, a la, a los, a las. Like Pablo likes Spanish. Again, it's a Pablo. There's no al or a la. It's just a plus the name. A Pablo, a Mary, a mama. Well, mama is a word substituting for whatever her name. Let's say her name is Eloisa. A Eloisa le gusta el español. Your a phrases, a, al, a la, a los, a las. Your pronoun has to be used. Me, te, le, nos, or les. Do not use lo with any of these here. Don't use lo or la. Do not. And then gustar, well, we know we're going to use the singular form or the plural form, depending on if what is liked is a singular noun or an infinitive, then we're going to go with the singular form of gustar. In the present tense, gusta. If what is liked is a plural noun or a listing of singular nouns, you're going to go with the plural noun. Like mom likes the house and the car. A mamá le gustan el carro y la casa. So I think we've got this. Now, step number 4, if you don't state a noun or an infinitive, like if you don't state the noun, like my mom likes coffee. My mom likes it. A mi mamá le gusta. That's it. A mi mamá le gusta. There is no place for lo. So don't use lo. Get away from that. Okay, let's go down here. Now here are the 2 uses of gustar that we haven't talked about yet. If you kind of romantically, like you got sparks in your eyes, like remember in high school or junior high, and you see that special girl or that special guy and you feel like you have a crush on them, right? High school, right? You can have a crush on a different girl every day. Period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, 5, and 6. You could have 6 different crushes going at once. But if that's the case and you want to say to a girl, I like you, me gustas. Literally it means you please me. Me gustas mucho. I really like you. Me gustas mucho. If you want to get romantically involved with a girl and tell her that you like her, not more, much more than a friend, right? More than a friend, you'd say, me gustas mucho. I like you a lot. Me gustas mucho. Now, do you like me? It would be, do I please you? Te gusto? Do you like me? It takes a while to reverse this. It just doesn't make sense because it goes against everything that we've said throughout our lives in Spanish and heard and written and read, right? But that's how you say it. I like you a lot. Me gustas mucho. Try it on your wife. If she speaks Spanish, go up and say, me gustas mucho. Or go up to some guy or some girl that doesn't know you and you say, me gustas mucho. You might get slapped. Be careful. Do you like me? Te gusto? Te gusto? But here, querer we know means to want. We know that querer means to love. Tell your wife or husband, te quiero mucho. I love her. La quiero mucho. But querer can also mean to like as a friend, right? To like. You could say about, you could be married and say about a lady over here that's not your wife, you could say, la quiero mucho. I really like her. And then if there's any misunderstanding, you say, la quiero mucho. And then your wife looks at you like this. No, you say, de amiga, just as a friend, de amiga, solo de amiga, la quiero de amiga. Okay? Los quiero mucho. How about the little kids yeah, there you go. You're at a daycare or you're a teacher, elementary school, and you say, I really love the kids. Los quiero mucho. You want to use quiero because amo is more like the parents love the kids. Los quiero mucho. I really like the kids. But it can imply love as well. Like, los quiero mucho. I really care for them. I really like them. Los quiero mucho. That's a nice, safe way to say that I really like these kids. Los quiero mucho a estos muchachos. Los quiero mucho. She likes her students very much. Los quiere mucho a sus estudiantes. You're probably not going to say los ama a sus estudiantes. That's a little hardcore, amar, to love romantically. Maybe someone could make a case, but you'd say los quiere mucho a sus estudiantes. She really cares. She really likes her students. Okay? Hopefully this clears up some of the confusion some of you had with Gustar. Just stay away. Be like Dracula in the mirror. Dracula in a cross, like, ah. Don't use lo with Gustar when you want to use it as a subject. Like, I like it, me gusta. We liked it, nos gustó. It pleased us. It is a subject in Spanish. And that's why there is no translation. That's why lo is not used. So stay away from lo like Dracula avoids a mirror. Okay, the a phrase is optional. The pronoun required, gustar required, and for not necessary, right? But if you want to state like, you want to say like, the girls like going to the beach. A las chicas les gusta ir, not yendo, ir a la playa. So steps 2 and 3, automatic. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can just go 1, 2, 3 like a mamá le gusta, or just simply le gusta. But 23 is the core. That's what you need to use all the time. So just review our notes. Do not use lo, la, los, or las with gustar. Avoid it like the plague. It, as a subject, has no translation in Spanish, so that's why you say, Dad likes it, a papá le gusta. It is pleasing to Dad. Remember, the it takes the el, ella conjugation in Spanish, whatever the verb tense might be. Okay, I'm sure we'll be back to the verb gustar again. It's a pesky little guy, right? It's a pesky little guy, but we need to take care of it. And finally, I like you. Hey, try it out on somebody that you like. Me gustas mucho. Ay, me gustas muchísimo. Me gustas muchísimo. If you want to take it to the next level, te quiero mucho. They'll know that you mean I love you, right? More than I like you. Te quiero mucho is I like you. Te quiero mucho. Somebody, worker to worker at work, hey, Maria, te quiero mucho. I really like you. That's okay. Any clarification needed? De amiga. De amiga. If you see hearts just streaming over her head like, oh, he loves me. No. De amiga, as a friend. Okay, I like you. Me gustas mucho. I really like you. Do you like me? Te gusto? Te gusto poco? Do you like me a little bit? Te gusto poco? O te gusto mucho? Tú me gustas mucho. I really like you. And again, querer, to like. All right, that's it. Gustar, querer, our pesky little Gustar buddy. We'll be back to Gustar. Anytime you have a frustration, something you don't understand, or maybe I missed something, okay, mention it to me. Bring it to my attention. Ask the question. And this lesson is a result of some comments that came, or a comment that came in about using lo with Gustar. And I was going to get around to this, just hadn't gotten there yet. But we had talked about it when it's a subject way back in our early lessons, that there is no translation for it when it's a subject. But I could have mentioned it a little bit more when we were doing Gustar and avoided my learner's question right there. But there we go. We'll cover all the bases all the time for you guys. Thanks a lot. Love you guys. Take care. Deal with the heat. Stay hydrated. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.